Alright, so this video has been overdue for about 1 or 2 weeks by now. We are almost at the end of April, and it is almost 2 months since the previous update for Need for Speed Heat. I want to make this video today just talking about that. It seems like everyone's starting to talk about it now. When is the update coming? We know with the whole pandemic going on that everything, we knew everything was going to be delayed, but we really need updates for this game. We're getting really close towards the summer. Actually, we are about a couple months away at this point from the summer beginning, and honestly, we've only gotten one real update for the game, which was March 3rd with the Best of British Black Market DLC. Now, unless you guys have been living under a rock, you will know that people found little codes in the game's files when the Black Market DLC was dropped, and the Black Market had 5 different volumes, so pretty much we should be getting at least 4 more updates. Okay, let's be real, if we don't get those, people are going to be mad. So Black Panther made a video about this I think a week ago, and what he said has kind of scared me, I'm not going to lie. He has come up with the theory, 2 different theories, that we were eventually going to get volume 1 to 5, but then they were like, oh, maybe we can get the Supra now. But that little tweet that came out ages ago that everyone thinks is real, a guy by the name of Mr. MNEK, I watched a video from him a while ago. Well, that was made a while ago. I watched it yesterday. It was fake. Toyota saying, that little, not the tweet, the Instagram screenshot of them saying, be patient, it's fake, which really sucks. So the whole theory that Black Panther came up with in that video with the whole, oh, maybe we can get the Supra now, is kind of out the window a little bit more because of that Instagram screenshot being fake. Like, why would you want to fake that? You're just gonna put false hope in so many different people. But I digress. We've got to keep hope, I think if there's still no update by the end of May, then we can give up. Like, by the end of May, it's done. Let's be real. I highly doubt we're going to get another update after May. We have to get it either really late this month or May. If it's not May, then we're not getting another update and it's done, which I think is just kind of disrespectful. I would kind of, like Black Panther said, I would kind of like some closure, but to be fair, like he said, a lot of people would be angry at that, namely me. I would be fuming at that because I'm still playing this game almost every single day, trying to, find out, trying to, push out content. And, for Need for Speed Heat to be in this state, it really breaks my heart because before the game came out, on the lead up to the game, when it was getting hyped and everything, I was so hyped. I was so excited for what we were going to do in this game. Mostly for the live streams with TJ, but like those have failed too. Like, not that they're bad live streams, but they're not as good as the 2015 streams simply because there was just more to do in 2015. Not to mention there was speed lists as well. Okay, so even in the normal even in the normal game, there was more to do in 2015 than this game. Now, granted, the Black Market DLC, that was so fun to do, and I got so many new viewers and subscribers from that, at least 400. Not 400 new subs, but I got 400 views off of that, and I definitely gained about 10-20 subs from that one video, which was absolutely amazing. We're over 550 subscribers already. That is just insane. But yeah, I mean, I was so excited. Like, even after the Black Market, like, even before that, I knew an update was gonna come. I knew we were gonna get a big update, and I was happy with the Best of British Black Market DLC. I'm gonna call it the Best of British Black Market DLC simply because I'm expecting future updates. Like, That's what everybody should be expecting, future updates, because that's what's literally been promised, kind of, you know, with them all in the codes. If we don't get an update, then yeah, we all have the right to be fuming. And I hate to mention this again, but I told you so. Like, I'd hate to say that, you know, but I honestly think I'm expecting another update, but I'm also not, you know. I don't know. Part of me expects another update and then that to be the last one, but I you know, honestly, I mean, Black Panther didn't even need to point it out in his vid. Surely, like I've said it myself before, surely these black market updates don't take that long to do. Like, they're just a bunch of challenges, and then 2 special body kits, which it can't be that difficult to put in, right? I mean, Godzilla mods the game, and right, you're telling me one modder can put more into a game than Criterion are doing? You know, I don't, pandemic or not, that's embarrassing. That really is quite embarrassing, honestly. I think the whole live service thing for Need for Speed Heat on a whole is quite embarrassing, honestly. This is a game, regardless of the developer, it's published by EA, Electronic Arts, one of the biggest companies in the world. Say what you want about their, you know, their microtransactions in games, but when it comes to Need for Speed, they don't do those microtransactions, which means they don't really have an excuse for that. We're meant to get really good content with Need for Speed, but we seem to be getting incomplete games year after year after year. We haven't had a complete game since 2015, and even then that game could have used more content. I love 2015. I don't like saying that, but it could have used more content and it would have been cool. But honestly, this is stupid. The same happened in Payback. Now, don't get me wrong. I've said it numerous times. The Black Market DLC is better than the Speed Cross DLC, but whatever. In Payback, we got content every couple weeks with the abandoned cars, you know. Now, I know that isn't much, but it's good for YouTube content. And if they carry on the Black Market DLCs, it's going to be good for YouTube content as well. If they are beginning work on Need for Speed 2021 at this point, I'm going to be fuming. I don't care about that game at that point. I care about now. I paid 60 quid or 56 quid or the equivalent to $60 for this game. I don't know why people are saying, oh, I think they should just give up on the game and start working on Need for Speed 2021. No! I want content for the game I fucking paid for a few months ago. I don't even think it was 6 months ago. The game hasn't even been out half a year, I don't think. Right, we got December, January, February, March. No, it hasn't even been out 6 months. Not half a year. It's not even been out half a year. And you're telling me that, oh, I'm just going to look forward to Need for Speed 2021. No, we need to push for more updates with this game. I don't give a fuck about the next game because you said the exact same with Payback, and now look what happened with Heat. It's incomplete. Heat is better than Payback, don't get me wrong, and on a lot of levels it is better than 2015 as well, but it's incomplete. It's obviously unpolished. I mean, you can drive and look at the city buildings from a distance on certain like bridges, and you can see the textures. They just don't fucking load. They look like Underground 1 level textures in some areas. The game is unpolished. And then you look at bloody the clipping issues. There's just so many issues with this game. The handling model it needs fixing. It needs changing. Like, it's such an unpolished game. I think I'm gonna have to make a theory video at some point. I think Need for Speed Heat was rushed, you know? And then I tried to push these games' issues onto other developers, and they just shrug it off. You know, LP Ripper, I've fucking given up on that dude. I've literally given up on LP Ripper, because the dude, like, he obviously cares about Need for Speed, but does he care if it's a better game, or does he care if it's fun for a while, you know? He's been playing Hot Pursuit 2010 for the past couple weeks. Yeah, you're gonna have fun with that. I'll give you a couple more, like a month or two, and you won't want to play it anymore. You'll be bored. Watch, okay? Seriously, we need more content with this fucking game, because I'm sick of this happening. And I'm going to say I told you so when it happens with the next game, okay? People, what? Like, everyone who's saying, oh, this is a good move, you know, Criterion, and yeah, excuse, you know, the clothing, I'm in my pajamas, I just got out of the bath, but whatever. Like, everyone's saying, oh, this is a good move, Criterion, they're a bigger developer. Like, they're only bigger by about 50 people. It's not really going to change much in the grand scheme of things, really. I mean, yeah, the game's going to be more complete, don't get me wrong, but my god, come on. Like, do you seriously think we're going to get much better, you know? Don't get me wrong, the games that Ghost have made, excluding Rivals, are absolutely amazing, okay? Absolutely amazing. Even Payback. I think Payback was a risk that, you know, that they took and didn't pay off. For good reason. It didn't pay off for good reason. Because, honestly, they should have just carried on with what 2015 did. And the reason for this game's downfall is mostly because it's just copied Payback. But you could have changed that with more updates. So why aren't you doing updates? We should have gotten an update this month already. Okay? Like, watch them release an update late this month. I mean, I'd love that. Don't get me wrong, but you know, it's like they can't. Like, what happened to the communication? Like, I see Ben Walk, the community manager. Like, he's saying, oh, it's one of the most player-focused developers I've ever worked with. What do you mean player-focused? They're not communicating with us in the slightest. Ghost, like, even when this happened with Payback, they told us that they were working on All Drive, that they were working on online free roam. Why aren't they communicating with us for this game? It's been radio silence throughout the entire fucking game cycle. Oh, our live service is that build of the week. Get the fuck out of here. Most people don't care about that. Let's be real. Most people just don't care about build of the week. And a lot of people would if you actually communicated with us and actually put more, you know, effort into communicating with us. I say put more effort. They don't talk. They don't do anything until a week before an update. And I cannot believe how many people have forgotten what they did in January. Oh my god, don't even get me started on January. Hyping up Under the Hood, you know? Everyone knows what Under the Hood is when it comes to Need for Speed. It's when they start talking about, you know, the future updates. And what did we get in January's Under the Hood? Oh, a steering wheel support and chat wheel. What? Now don't get me wrong, the chat wheel is really useful, but we didn't really need that. Now another thing Black Panther did point out was that the March update was meant to be the February update. It was just delayed. But how long was it delayed by? You know? Surely if they're doing, hopefully they're doing these black markets monthly. That's what I was hoping. I was hoping that we'd get it on around the 3rd of April, you know, the second one. I'm assuming it'd be Bad to the Bone or the Italian job. Personally, I'm hoping for Portion Leashed. That would be cool. But I don't know, man. It's pissing me off because the people are just, the fans are getting so complacent. Why would you tell them? You're literally giving them the excuse to stop working on this game so they can work on the next one. Newsflash! This is the 25th anniversary game, and they're not doing anything about it. Oh, we get a black market update. This game is great. He is great, but is it worth being called the 25th anniversary game? At this point, no. It's unpolished. It's obviously unfinished. It needs more content. Like, I'm not even just talking black market DLCs, you know? Even if we get those 4 black market DLCs, we're still going to have the problem of no speed lists. We're still going to have that problem, you know? No speed lists means the chances of people coming back to this game in the future, this game is going to get forgotten. I'm telling you that, especially if the next game follows in this game's footsteps, as in like the spirit of Heat, you know, day and night, or maybe they just stick to the night, whatever, and they do these cops again, high heat events. You know what I'm talking about. I think they should bring this back, but if they do that, this game is going to get forgotten. Like, if you think people are going to go back to this game if you're not a YouTuber, there's no reason to come back to this game. I personally, regardless of what happens, will come back to this game in a few years' time. After the next game, I definitely will come back to this game, because this game is where I've really, like, blown up in terms of subscribers. I've gained at least 100 subs in the past 9 months alone, which for me is crazy, because I used to do WWE 2K content, and I used to gain 200 subs I gained 200 subs in 2017 and 2018, and then I only gained 100 subs through 2019, or well, no, I only gained 100 subs late into 2018, and then most of 2019, and then Need for Speed Heat got announced, and my channel's not looked back, okay? So you've got to really understand my predicament here, you know? I love this game, and this game makes me successful, and I don't do YouTube for money. I do YouTube as a pride thing. So every time I get high views on a Need for Speed video, a franchise that I fucking adore, that I love, that I've played since I was 4 years old, and I only quit in 2013 because Rivals was so bad, and then I returned in 2018 to play 2015. Like, as someone who's played this since I was 4 years old, it's really heartbreaking to see that the same thing is happening 2 years in a row, 2 games in a row, with Payback and Heat. Okay, don't get me wrong, these are way better than Rivals and Most Wanted 2012 and Hot Pursuit 2010. I don't care what you say. It's just, ugh. It's really, really, really heartbreaking. And I know this is coming off as a rant video. Actually, it is a rant video, let's be real. But I'm just sick of everybody getting complacent. The same happened in Payback. Oh, why don't you just, may as well just give up on Payback at this point, work on Need for Speed 2019. And now the same excuse is happening again. Oh, go work on Need for Speed 2021. Like, what's gonna happen when 2021 is shit? Or is as good as this? And that's another thing. This game had so much potential. Why would you waste it? Why would you waste this game's amazing potential? This is the best Need for Speed in years, and you've let it die. Criterion, Ghost, EA, I don't care who's to blame. This is the best Need for Speed in years, and you've just let it die. That is heartbreaking. That is so stupid. I can't believe what you've done with this game. I'm so livid, and there's other people that are fuming as well, but it's not the bigger YouTubers. Even Black Panther, the biggest supporter of you guys, you can see his disappointment every time he makes a video on this topic. The only, like, and then straight up Hippo's completely lost hope in you altogether, you know? And the only person who's really supporting you right now is LP Ripper with his fucking, oh, what do you call it? His passive aggressiveness. Every single it's nauseating. It's so nauseating. Because you can tell he only does it because of the chat. I don't know. He really confuses me, because he comes up with some really good points on one hand, and then the other hand of the video he's just saying, oh, this game is so good, I love it. Like, I love this game too, Lino, but somebody needs to call out this game's proper issues. Like, the special edition cars, the end game, you know, collecting the collectibles, the Porsche Cayman GT4. I know people are going to end up getting wound up with me the amount of times I say it, but I will not led up saying it until somebody big calls them out for it. I will not stand for it in the next game. The Porsche Cayman GT4 was in Need for Speed 2015 and Need for Speed Payback with customization. Okay? This game, you have to collect all the flamingos for it. Guess what? There's no customization. And in the black market update, they took off the stock spoiler for some reason. Another car, for doing all the drift trials. I think is it the drift trials? Yeah, I think it is. You get the BMW M4 GTS. Guess what? That had customization in Need for Speed Payback. What else? The Huracan Performante. That's pretty cool. It could have had customization because it literally is just a slightly modified Huracan. But I digress. The sound makes up for it. The Nismo cars, they're Nismo cars, but they also it would have been cool to have the customization of their normal counterparts. The McLaren 600 LT. What's the point in that? It's just a slightly modified 570S, which has customization. I've still not driven the 600 LT. I will get round to it for a video, but it's pointless. It's so pointless. Even one of the rarest ones in the game. I mean, for the bigger YouTubers, it was easy. Or if you joined their crews, it'll be easy. But for people like me who wanted to start their own crew, it took us 3 months to get the Ferrari FXXK. Guess what? You could get a car for half that price with a fake body kit version of it. The LaFerrari has an FXXK body kit. Has the exact same sound. And if you max it out, it's pretty much the exact same speed. So guess what? The FXXK is pointless. The end game is absolutely fucking pointless. And nobody has pointed it out. Nobody. Let's talk about the random cars that they... Like, this is how I really think the game was rushed. Let's think about the random cars that they added just to make the car list look more inflated. The Turbo S exclusive. I've actually put some research into it. It's actually not exclusive to Need for Speed. It's actually an exclusive thing. I think only about 500 have been made and only 24 are actually in my country, the UK. Which is great. It was just a crazy fact. So I'll let them go with that one. The Turbo S exclusive is pretty cool. But the Targa 4, or whatever it's called, the Targa GTS, was that really needed? It's a Carrera. It's a slightly modified Carrera. What is the point? The Carrera's also in the game. So, don't even get me started on the cabriolets or, you know, the spiders. I mean, the spider for the Huracan's pretty cool. Don't get me wrong, but there's just so many of them for each car. Like, why couldn't you just put the option to take the roof off? You did it with the Grand Sport. The Grand Sport stock in this game has its roof off. Okay? The chopped roof. Why couldn't you do that for the other Porsches? I'll tell you fucking why. Because they wanted to make the car list look bigger than Payback. Do you know how fucking lazy that is? Well, I wouldn't call it lazy, but that's how I know that the game was rushed. The game was definitely fucking rushed because they made those cars for no reason. They're just slightly slower. What's the point? And it's the main issue with the Porsches. Like, the Porsches have serious issues with this in this game. The RSR is OP. We've got pointless chopped roof cars, and the Cayman GT4s add all of its customization off. The GT3 RS, or is it the GT2? I think it's the GT3 RS. Basically, looks the same as the GT2 RS. Could have had the exact same customization. Guess what? It doesn't. What's the point? The Ferraris, they removed Ferrari customization. If you play the game in its original patch, or you played 2015, you'd notice that Ferrari, most of the customization's been took off for a lot of the cars in the game. It's just, what did they do with this game, man? It's so annoying. It is so nauseating. It's so fucking infuriating every time I think of the wasted potential this game is. That's what it is. Need for Speed Heat is wasted potential. You had the 25th anniversary game and the greatest Need for Speed game in 10 years. and you just left it. You just left it. What's the point? And now you want to move on. Well, they're not doing that yet, but people are calling out for Need for Speed 2021 start making, as if Heat wasn't the 25th anniversary game. People are going to remember this in the future, you morons. People are going to remember the 25th anniversary game having trash service after the game had released. It was radio silence for the entirety of the rest of the year in 2019. And, you know, they had the fake hype for January for a fucking steering wheel steering support being added on, and the chat wheel, which is literally just the emote wheel from Payback with just chat instead of emotes. And the Black Market DLC is pretty good, but even then, with this car, the F1, this body kit I'm using right now, guess what? You had to grind for it, which is wrong. I didn't really mind it at the time, because, I mean, it just provided me with more content, but I paid for this car, and I should have had the customization right from the start. So, end of the day, they shouldn't start working on Need for Speed 2021. Not yet. Not until September at least. At least. Do you know what that gives you? At least 4 months. You know? We're in April now. Okay? We should be getting a Black Market DLC this month. But if we don't, we should get one in May, June, July, and then August. Okay? And then if you can, add speed lists in August. Please. Honestly. It's so dumb. Because if we don't get any update by May, by the end of May, this game is done. This game is done. I already have plans to leave this game late June, because I've never played Need for Speed Payback. Like I said earlier, I came back to Need for Speed in 2018 to play 2015, and then I kept tabs on all the YouTubers, obviously, because Black Panther's actually the person who got me back into Need for Speed. So yeah, I was watching his Payback content. I know exactly what happened with Payback. I know everything about it, pretty much, without even having to play it. And the same things happened with Heat, and it's stupid. It's so freaking dumb what they've done. Leaving the 25th anniversary to just crash and burn in, like, and it's dumb because this series is what does the best on my channel, and I'm struggling to come up with new content now because I've done all the content I wanted to do with TJ. Honestly, we've done everything. We've done the best UFC, the best SUV in the game, the best pretty much anything you can name. We've done pretty much. I've even started to do budget builds now because I've honestly ran out of content with this game. When it comes to me and TJ, when it comes to collabs, we need something. Okay, we need those 4 Black Market updates. Bad to the Bone, The Italian Job, Porsche Unleashed, Made in Japan. We need those 4 updates. If we do not get those updates, I'm going to be fuming. Okay? We've seen your plans, pandemic or not. They're not that difficult to make, surely. All you're making is a bunch of challenges using props that are already in the game. You know, like the jumps, like the billboards. You know? Like, you've used all that. The cops, those little cop challenges, the cops are always in the game. The challenges shouldn't be that difficult to do. The only thing that should be difficult to do is the customization, you know? But, like, it doesn't take over a whole month to do that, right? You're working from home. Like, you're still working, right? So why aren't you doing shit, you know? I don't know. That's the end of this video, guys. Honestly, I'm brokenhearted. I don't know. I don't know what to say. Honestly, this game has it's exhausted me. This has been the only racing game I've played since it came out, and to see it end up like this, it's truly heartbreaking, because I genuinely still enjoy this game. I know the game is dead. I've made a video, you know, calling it out for being dead, but dead or not, I still enjoy this game. Dead or not, I still want content, you know? Even if Speedless isn't added, I want those 4 black market DLCs. I want them. I enjoyed the first one so much that I've already made plans for future black market DLCs to do the paid one with TJ, and then I can do the variant recorded and edited. I'm so excited for that. And for them to just shrug it off, for everyone to just shrug it off and encourage complacency with EA, it sickens me, because you did it with Payback. You did it with Payback, saying, oh, just start work on Need for Speed 2019. You did it with Payback. You're doing it with this game. Oh, just start working on Need for Speed 2021. We're just going to start waiting for that now. No! This is the 25th anniversary game. You're encouraging complacency, and you're going... I'm going to say I told you so if it happens in the next game. Okay? Like, honestly. What are you... Like I said earlier, what are you going to do if the next game does the exact same as Payback and Heat? You're going to do all your hate videos. I'm going to complain about it. And then what? Let's just start waiting for Need for Speed 2023. It's just going to be the same thing. And they know this. The developers know this. And that's why they give up so easily and start working on the next game. And that's why each game is being remembered with a sour memory. Okay? Whether Payback deserves it or not is up to you guys. I haven't played it yet. Okay? I honestly think it does deserve it, because it should have carried on what 2015 set, and yet it didn't. But with this game, it doesn't deserve what it's being treated with. The franchise doesn't deserve what is happening right now. This is the 25th anniversary game, and you're just letting it crash and burn. Like, we need updates for Heat. I will not stand for it in the next game. Whatever, guys. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. I will obviously still make videos. Pretty rapid videos on this game, because it is crucial to the channel, until the end of June. By the end of June, regardless of what happens, we're moving on. Thank you guys for watching. Hit the like button as high as possibly can. Comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you on the next video. Peace!